Yeah, we always got to have those action shots. So we've been playing with the sieves a little bit. Last year I had terrible issues with dirty beans, and I chalked it up to harvesting beans in January and February. Well, I play with the sieve some, and I got the top sieve just about shut all the way down, and the bottom one is mostly shut, but I can't get it clean enough to close anymore. What's great about the breeze is we can walk right back here and watch what's coming out. Now if we look for beans, we get out of the combine, that's header loss right there, because it's so dry. If we come over here and look through the windrow, I'm digging, our pods are empty, and we're right down the back of the machine where we should be able to find beans if we're not getting them. And I was really worried. Okay, there's one bean. So far I've only found one, and we found a bean out there. It's like a bean per square foot is a half a bushel. So for every bean per square foot, that's a half a bushel. I only found 2 beans out here, and they weren't even close to each other. So our loss is less than a bushel per acre. That's just doing some quick math without doing it with all the fancy math to tell you how many fractions or whatnot. See how much Dad tries to cut. We're running on manual reel speed. The auto reel speed is being a little bit of a monkey. I'm not too worried about that. We just play with the dial. It's a big step up from the TR70. Now, I'm sure there have been some comments of folks watching Sean deal with the TR70, and I thought I told him as best as what I knew what was going to go wrong. And I figured most of that was going to be engine related. Now, as far as belts breaking, they obviously didn't break on me, and I didn't know they were going to break. I mean, that may come with age. And some of the problem, you know, with the belts is, yeah, I didn't have it inside, so that didn't help it. We have a good tailwind, keeping the stuff moving with us. Yeah, I have the tailboard set really low. I'm not too worried about it. I'm mostly worried about let's get the beans out of the field and do so before it rains. Double crop beans. So you see they're different colors, like some of them are really light and some of them are a darker, richer, yellowish brown, whatever. And then there's a few of these things we still weren't able to kill. So who likes the inside the grain tank view? We can watch this side of the head real nicely. I'm sure Dad will be surprised when we look at the cab and see how he's doing. You can see the cab is isolation mounted from the grain tank. It's got rubber mounts and you can watch it shake, and the grain tank doesn't. life, we're coming up to a turn on a hillside. Oh yeah, this is much, much better. Dryness-wise, all you have to do is kind of look at the beans with a shaky finger. You know, kind of be like Michael J. Fox, and they'll fall right out of the pod. They're dry. I'm sure Nick can't believe they're dry, but they're dry. He was out here yesterday playing with them. Oh, yeah. That one popped. I got 2 nice pieces just by biting on it. So yeah, they're dry. Maybe I should have cut a 3rd headland for Dad. Obviously, being down a half an arm, there's a lot to control, like turning, lifting up the head, and all that fun stuff. Now the header height's great, because all you have to do is press the button, and the head goes down. Oh, I hear him coming up. The auger's filling up. Well, slowly. We gotta get up the hill farther first. The only weak point on these combines is the bottom of this, the gearbox that drives the auger. But I can't stand like the combines, usually the Internationals and the John Deeres, where they come in the side and you're pushing the pile sideways. That seems like a lot of wear. Like at least you're pushing up instead of going sideways, so there's possibly more barrier. Okay, what's this view look like? Well, we got the platform there. It's adjusted all the way out. The tires are also set all the way out on this machine, which when we do corn, you'll see we have just enough room to do corn because we're putting a 4-row head on it. Other fun details, this machine is like a 1992. I'm sure I've said this before, but I know somebody will ask. So, you ever see those folks who take an old combine and make a jungle gym? Well, guess what? I got a newer combine and it's still a jungle gym. Well, what do you think?
When I look back before, it's looking a lot better.
Oh, yeah, they're much better. That is a lot better. The only thing we can't get out are the cockleburrs.
Well, that's the same size.
Yeah. How do you think this compares to the TR70?
It's a lot nicer machine. I mean, they made improvements in it over the 15 or 20 years difference in when they came out with this one, and yeah.
It's a lot of creature comforts. Do I need to get the auto steer package? I don't even know if that was available back in the day. That's a rare item. Let's see.
See if we can get this deal done while it's still daylight.
Yeah. We're going just under 800 on the rotors. Ground speed's holding steady. I think you have the lever all the way forward for ground speed.
If I'm not, it's awful close.
Yeah, 2nd gear maxes out just under 2.5 miles an hour with the 4-wheel drive on. All those creature comforts like the cab foam is not holding on. We still got some fuel, battery's charging, not too hot, and we have oil pressure. We're going for the 2nd dump. Good thing we hid those dirty beans in the front. But they are much cleaner now.
Small sieve adjustment makes a big difference.
I got the top closed all the way down. And there's still beans left. Oh, way over there if we can see them. A real thin slice of brown on the horizon. Last few beans working their way out. Oh, still a little bit of room in the truck. We maxed it out on corn at 374 dry bushel. But the corn wasn't that dry. I was hauling corn for Nick. Ooh, yeah, it was 20 something percent. Okay, last 5 beans trickling down. And they're about to make their way out the auger. Almost. Real thin trickle. Close enough. A little bit of room. We'll get 50 more bushel on there. Hopefully we run out of field before we run out of... No, we don't run out of room on the truck before we run out of room in the field.